S2PA1 Research Project. Topic A: Social Aspects of Employment. The timing of the world, while facing many challenges and problems to be eradicated, is also a time of great opportunity, as great progress can be seen from past generations to the present day. After almost 15 years of establishing the Millennium Development Goals, progress have been made in a number of areas, but there is still some regions where such progress have been uneven, and these are all the less developed countries. Agenda 2030 was created to standardize the development of the various nations so that all of their achieve sustainable development in order to guarantee economic and above all social progress. Among these social changes, those that were more precisely addressed in this research project were eradication of poverty, Objective 1, and promotion of full employment, Objective 8. All the objectives of Agenda 2030 are independent, creating a network of interlinked actions to promote global development and growth. Other goals of the agenda that have been listed through the work were ensuring education, Objective 4, achieving gender equality, Objective 5, and promoting peaceful and inclusive societies, Objective 16. All this is possible through the promotion of opportunities for work. Decent work can help to promote pro-poor policies. To begin with, the creation of decent jobs will broaden the funding base for key government intervention and institutional build-up. Similarly, empowering workers and entrepreneurs, especially those who want to innovate and respond to the needs of the poor, will help strengthen the voice of the most vulnerable. In this sense, decent work can become a powerful driver of policies aimed at ending poverty in all dimensions. The difference in income cannot be solved only with income transfers. It's obvious that people most exposed to poverty and large income disparities often face significant decent work deficits, combined with high dependence ratios. Economic growth is not enough to reduce poverty in a sustainable way. Growth must be accompanied by three different factors. First, policies that feed the equivalent distribution of income, making international labor rights and norms vitally important. Moreover, the nature of economic growth must change, which implies expanding the producive band and diversifying to sophisticate commerce, which, for example, is of a great value to agriculture sector, which depends on the productivity of various sectors of the economy. This includes the development of rural policies that connect the agriculture sector to non-rural activities. And finally, carefully conceived employment and income policies are necessary complements to these political levers. They can help broaden the productive base by increasing levels of competence, participation in the labor market, and facilitate transactions for formal employment. In order to effectively reduce poverty by the provisions of the international labor standards, states must submit to ratifying conventions with species mechanisms that have positive impact on poverty reduction and should align their national legislation and policies accordingly. However, the potential for changing in ILS can be reduced by a number of factors, including limiting effective and effective stage coverage for the most vulnerable, lack of capacity to prevent to reach a larger number of vulnerable workers. Looking more carefully at the agriculture sector, the promotion of decent work in agricultural wage employment is therefore an essential means of protecting fundamental labor rights and ensuring that employment contributes to poverty reduction. State intervention, NGOs, and cooperatives can be effective in improving the organization, negotiating position, and knowledge of contracted farmers, ensuring a fair distribution of the benefits of supply chains, breaking the vicious circle in which poverty and informality reinforce each other is now, however, an easy task. A comprehensive policy framework is needed that includes facilitating the transformation of workers and economic units from the informal to the formal economy. In the process, it is important that the security of income is safeguarded and innovation skills acquired through persevered informal activities. In order to complement actions to promote fair and inclusive work, it is necessary to include companies and provide parameters to standardize the actions. The internal engagement of leaderships has always been a challenge and involves according to the maturity of organizations. The Global Reporting Initiative, GRI, takes up its role as an influencer, reinforced by corporate interest in accountability mechanisms, and begins to chart through guidelines and indicators the involvement of top management in these choices. GRI's new guideline comes as an opportunity for reflection for the organizations to readjust the direction of their business. The new Sustainability Report Guidelines, Q4, can be used as a map, a tool to find ways although the configurations of each sector and size of the organizations point different rhythms to go through this journey. Thus, through social dialogue, policies can be put in place and applied to ensure that responsibility is shared and limits of accountability are drawn. In this way, together, the true objects of poverty eradication and the promotion of decent work can be achieved in a sustainable way. Images. Figure 2 shows the percentage of youths and adults in moderate and extreme poverty, even though they are in labor market. It's impossible to compare the difference by regions. Looking at the graph, we see that it's divided by 8 regions in red and also shows the work rates in gray. It's possible to perceive that the percentage of young people in extreme and moderate poverty represented by the first column is greater than the percentage of adults in the total population that works in all regions. Poverty rates divided between moderate poverty in light red and gray and extreme poverty in dark red and gray. We can see that the moderate poverty rates the higher all regions. Behind extreme poverty, that is when family incomes does not exceed $1.9 per capita per day, and moderate poverty is defined for those living in a family income of $1.9 to $3.10 per capita per day. Figure 7 shows the difference between the amount of unemployment by gender in each region, and it's possible to compare the amount of female and male in unemployment between 1991 and 2016. In the chart, we can see 11 data for different places and the world data for the difference between unemployed men and women. The column shows the 1991 data and the circle shows the 2016 data. We can see that this difference increased in most places by demonstrating that the proportion of unemployed women compared to men increased 25 years. Figure 1.1 addresses the distribution of poverty in emerging and developing countries according to the gender and economic sector. We can see that we have two graphs with complementary data. The first one describes the proportion of poor and non-poor worldwide and the proportion between men and women, subdividing this data according to the sector of the economy. The second graph shows the proportion of poverty in sectors of the economy, with highest poverty rates being in agriculture, followed by industry, and lastly in services, showing that agriculture among the sectors of the economy is the one that needs the most attention. We can see that the rate of poor women is higher than the of men and higher that of agriculture and services in the world. Already in industry, we can see that the poverty rate is higher for men.